brings me great pleasure to officially inaugurate the National Council on Privatization.
The mandate is one of commercialization, privatization, optimizing government investment.
I will say that the success that we've recorded in this terminal in the last 16 years, APM terminal, it shows that with the right framework, that they actually a formula for public-private partnership.
I would say that it's quite a laudable initiative to keep improving different sectors in our economy by partnering with private sector. But I think over the years also we should get better as a nation to be able to run similar kind of initiatives.
Welcome to OTNA, your window to information on optimization.
Success is a journey, not a destination. One must have the courage and persistence to keep striving, as failure can often be irreversible. The government, through the Bureau of Public Enterprises, BPE, has made commendable efforts to address the challenges across different sectors. But there is still much to be done. This requires unwavering determination, boldness, and sustained effort to achieving a long-term success. The country must continue to embrace innovation, adapt to changing circumstances, and remain steadfast in its commitment to provide reliable and sustainable power to its citizens. Hello there. My name is Omelogo Nadi, and I am standing in for your regular host, Dr. Tope Ojeme.
This is OTNA, optimizing the nation's assets.
It's yet another episode on OTNA, optimizing the nation's assets. Here on OTNA, we traverse the process of optimization and commercialization, all aimed towards improving the efficiency of our assets to bring gain and joy to the Nigerian people. On the program today, we will see the work done leading to optimization of some of the nation's assets. The Apapa Bulk Terminal Limited, known as ABTL. Prior to the concession, ABTL was described as a scrapyard. But after the concession, with significant investments and expansion by the concessionaries, the area has undergone a remarkable transformation. Not only has it become a hub for generating employment and revenue, but also a much safer and more controlled environment with a proven track record of success. Let's follow our guide Remy Akindele, the head of operations of ABTL, as he takes us on a tour to learn from this model of development to replicate in other sectors.
This vessel now came with wheat. I think it's about 52,000 metric tons of wheat that we have inside. Now that's one of the equipment that we use for the discharge.
Okay, this one?
Yeah, that's the DMH. Luckily for us, we have one of the deepest drafts in the Apapa port. This is about 13.5 meters. This vessel the initial draft should be around 12 meters, so she can come in easily into this berth. That is also one of the benefits of the concession. Most of the shallow drafts were dredged and cleaned, and then we have deeper drafts. these are the whole equipment before concession. This is the marine tower that I said could do about 350 tons per hour. Like I told you, it's dual purpose. You can use it for discharge purposes and use it for loading purposes as well.
The head of operations, Remi Akindele, gives us a brief overview of ABTL.
ABTL is a multi-purpose bulk terminal. We're actually involved in both wet and dry bulk operations, as well as discharge of break bulk and bagged cargo as well. We are also involved in the exports of loose cargo like pelletized offals, as well as SBM. So talking about soybean meal, it's been exported to France mostly. So by and large, that is essentially what ABTL does as regards cargo operations.
Remi Akindele shares with us the significant changes in the chain of operations before and after the concession.
I'll look at it in 3 ways. As regards operations, pre-concession, the company wasn't doing that much as regards the discharge operations. For example, the rate at which we discharge, because the equipment we had that time were not, let's say about 350 tons per hour. But now we have invested so much after concession, we invested so much into cargo handling plants. Now we have plants that can do up to 800 metric tons per hour. And that's about 14,400 in one day. That means if you bring in a vessel of 50,000, within 7 days we'll clear the vessel. And this is not what was happening before. Aside from the investment in cargo handling equipment, we also enjoy significant improvement in the security of the ports. In the past, we had theft, break-ins into the warehouses, wharf rats everywhere. It was difficult for them to cover, for the authorities to cover the excesses. But now, after concession, each terminal was expected to take care of its own security apparatus, and that is what we did. Now, wharf rat is a thing of the past. We are firmly in control of our security, both ashore and on board the vessels, and even on waterways for vessels that are battered within the terminal. All these responsibilities have been taken over by ABTL. And then just to announce to you that we are also a compliant terminal as regards the ISPS code. So for security, a lot of things has been achieved. And then the third one is the harmonious relationship that we are enjoying with the dock labor now. In the past, any small and the dock labor go on strike. Now we work harmoniously with them. A lot of training has gone into it, especially for the crane operators. And then it's easier now to call in the dock labor if you have any issue before it gets before it becomes an issue that would need to be resolved by a third party. So for a long time now, we've not had any issue where they have to down tools and then we have to shut down operations. So now we are enjoying that harmonious relationship with them.
Initiatives were put in place to enhance the labor, skills, and capacity, getting it right through quality training, meeting up with global standards of operations. Remi Akindele shares with us.
Yeah, the dock labor then we had so many. So what we actually did was, okay, if we had invested so much in equipment, that means we don't need as many dock labor. So what we did was to streamline and then get the right ones that will work with us. Now, presently, we have about 86, if I'm not mistaken, that are working with us. Out of then we had up to 300 to 400. Yeah, they weren't necessary. So those ones were paid off. And then the ones that we're working with now, we had to invest so much in their training. And that is what we did. We invested so much in the training. We made sure that whatever is necessary by law, we provide. And since that time, we've not had a significant problem with them that will lead to any industrial action.
Mr. Akindele explains how the concession carried out by the Bureau of Public Enterprises has impacted day-to-day activities, creating flexibility in the operations at the Apapa Bulk Terminal Limited, ABTL.
What they did was, first, it broke down bureaucracy. We don't have to get to one organ at the top to get approval to get things done. Things get done seamlessly. I'm sure you understand, because now the terminals are fragmented. It's not one piece like it was during the time of MPA. Now every of the fragment has its own lead, and then you can work seamlessly. Although we still go to MPA for approval as regards vessel movements, but then we are still lucky that because we are not as many anymore, the approval comes easily. Now the port manager works 24/7. You can get approval even in the night. Yes, just make a call, you can get your approval, and then the next morning you can be documented. That is how seamless it has become now. Everybody is working towards getting things done the right way.
The head of operations also shares what the economic value of the change in operational strategy gives.
If you can improve the turnaround time of any vessel, what happens is that you don't pay them demurrage. In fact, you might even earn dispatch. You understand? And because we have invested so much in cargo handling equipment, we have invested in our personnel, and we can turn around vessel quickly. Previous turnaround was around 11 to 12 days. Now we're doing 7 days. We are doing 7 days, even for Panamax vessels. I'm talking about vessels laden with about 50,000 tons. So you can imagine vessels that are, smaller vessels that are doing 20, 15,000. They just come and go as if they've not even come to Nigeria. Do you understand? And the impact of this is that once the cost is not high from the ports, and there are no attendance costs also attached, the right price goes to the final consumer. And that is what we are trying to. So once you remove that bureaucracy, you improve the turnaround time of vessels, and then what you are buying is going to the market directly without any cost being added to it. It becomes easier. The consumer gets the right price for whatever has been there. And the same thing goes for export as well. It's not only importation. If the right thing also happens to export, where it is going also, they are also happy to buy from Nigeria.
So far, operations have been smooth at the Apapa Bulk Terminal Limited, but the security at the port needs to be guaranteed, says Mr. Akindele, as he talks about what can be done to aid the continuous success of operations at ABTL.
We need to look at the security architecture of the ports, so to say. If the terminals are taking care of the shore operations, the shore security, we don't have power at the channels. We don't have power at the waterways. So government would need to keep the Navy at their best, as well as the Marine Police, so that security of the vessel is guaranteed at every time. If we can guarantee the security of the vessel when battered, while at bat, from the water side, the government also must be able to provide that kind of security, so that when vessels are calling any port in Nigeria, their mind will be at rest. Because even if there's security problem in the country, vessels don't want to come. Any vessel that agrees to come will be at the higher cost. So you can even have the best discharge equipment. Once the freight rate is high, you're not gaining anything.
Apapa Bulk Terminal Limited provides a spectrum of facilities such as open and closed storage, ship repair facilities, cargo handling and consolidation, equipment rentals and lease, bonded warehousing, as well as multimodal cargo distribution and delivery, thereby adding tremendous value to the logistics chain and meeting the expectation of all stakeholders. Across the sectors optimized by the Bureau of Public Enterprises, from the power sector to the ports, telecommunications to mention but a few, truly a lot has been done, and the BPE is still doing more.
I don't think that Nigeria is irredeemable. Nigeria is redeemable, and we have the expertise in-house. There's no sector of the economy you will not find Nigeria excelling, either in Nigeria or outside. It's a question of picking the proper team.
The nature of investment required in power sector is also among us. Government has tried also through some forms of guarantees to make sure there's a measure of liquidity in the system.
What service are these public enterprises giving? At what cost are they giving?
So what we do when we are dimensioning what should be our risk is to say, okay, which one is institutional, which is like strategic risk, which one is transactional, and which one are the normal process risk.
That BP has capacity, it has the required manpower to carry out reforms, and therefore, for me, BPE has a very important role in terms of advocacy, in terms of implementation.
We're intentionally creating an organization where innovation is the hub, is the natural energy that we generate on a daily basis.
We delve into handling, and I know the reason why. I believe handling is more, robust in the size. It's not carrying too much risk.
What we have realized in power is that, with the right tariff, you can give everybody power.
There are what we call essential indicators, there are complementary indicators. All of these are set up in the KPIs. Beyond the KPIs, we also have industry standard indicators that we also put on those.
And ensure that policies are consistent. Regulation must be consistent. You can't do this today, tomorrow you do this. So if investors don't have clarity, if they don't have clarity on what is happening in the industry, they will stay away.
Every country learns through doing where the pitfalls are, and you get better. So BP has had a lot of experience doing that, and that's why I say you're not going to find any agency in this country that's had the kind of experience that we've had.
OTNA, optimizing the nation's assets.
Thank you for being there. Telling the gains and successes of the optimization process is what we do here on OTNA. Now, let's take you through other assets optimized by the BPE. Nigeria's hospitality sector offers a wide range of accommodation options, catering to various preferences and budgets, from budget-friendly to luxury accommodations. However, the management of these assets had been a source of worry. One of them is Movenpick Hotel Ikoyi, Lagos, now transformed, or should I say, optimized for better efficiency. Take a look. Grand Central Hotel Kano, Northern Nigeria, is a relaxation and rejuvenation site with great restaurants like the Asian restaurants, Cilantro restaurant, and lounges all around.
So I work very hard. Number one, I have to make training for the staff, because really the staff I have before, he has no experience about the hospitality business. Second, he need more of training concerning the F&B, the housekeeping, the reception, front desk. All this one, I have make training for all the staff is going to be continue with me, because there's no way I can start work and start to upgrade without no training staff. We are making our swimming pool now with American food and Lebanese food also is also is going to be one of the best things in Kano and even in all Nigeria. So since this time already, I make my own planning with my own chairman to be taking this hotel to 5-star hotels, because I believe Central Hotels is the best hotel in Kano. Especially he is in the best location. He has everything. If we do the plan and we work in the plan very well, we are believing ourselves we can take the hotels as #1 hotels in, even not in just Kano, in all Nigeria. So can I told you something is everyone now in Kano say Central Hotels come alive again. This is really the big difference. Is everyone in Kano is talking about us now, about what we are doing, our gym, our Chinese also restaurant, Lebanese, American, all this one, we are adding all this one inside. Is really everyone in Kano is talking about us now. They say Central Hotels is really coming alive again. I think PPE, he has done a good job, and I believe Vice President of Nigeria, he will continue reforms work.
Now, in 2005, through an asset optimization process handled by the Bureau of Public Enterprises, BPE, Broadfield International Limited acquired the government's shareholding in Grand Central Hotel, Kano. After a period of monitoring to assess the quality of management, the BPE confirmed that Broadfield had not only successfully met, but also exceeded the performance targets outlined in the Post-Acquisition Plan (PAP). This demonstrated the company's commitment to efficient and profitable management of the hotel, resulting in a steady growth of the asset and ultimately exceeding all expectations.
OTNA, optimizing the nation's assets.
Undoubtedly, the gains of privatization and commercialization are crystal clear for all to see. Just as we've seen from the success stories of Apapa Bulk Terminal Limited, ABTL, and Grand Central Hotel today, as well as other sectors that have been optimized. The Bureau of Public Enterprises is true to their word on their unwavering commitment to optimizing the nation's assets. Thank you for joining us today. On behalf of the crew and your regular host, Dr. Tope Ojeme, my name is Omelogo Nadi. It's bye for now. Join us again, same time next week.
OTNA, optimization on the go.